Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development is one of the most widely taught frameworks in developmental psychology. It offers a stage-based model of how moral reasoning can change over time. In university courses, Kohlberg is often introduced after Piaget. Because Kohlberg explicitly built on Piaget's earlier work on children's moral judgment. The key idea is not that people become more moral as they age, but that the structure of their moral reasoning becomes more complex. They justify decisions about right and wrong in ways that are more abstract and less dependent on immediate consequences or authority. A useful starting point is to clarify what Kohlberg believed he was measuring. He was not primarily interested in moral behavior. He was not trying to measure whether someone follows rules. Kohlberg's focus was moral reasoning, the logic people use when they explain their actions. This is why the theory is taught through moral dilemmas. In those dilemmas, the correct answer is not the point. What matters is the justification. Two people might choose the same action, but for very different reasons, revealing different stages of moral development. Kohlberg organized moral development into 3 broad levels, each containing 2 stages, for a total of 6 stages. The first level is the pre-conventional level, where moral reasoning tends to be centered on the self and on immediate external consequences. In stage 1, obedience and punishment orientation, the primary concern is avoiding punishment. Actions are judged wrong if they lead to punishment. In stage 2, instrumental or exchange orientation, moral reasoning is shaped by self-interest and reciprocal benefit. The second level is the conventional level, where moral reasoning becomes centered on social expectations and maintaining social order. In stage 3, the person values approval and being seen as a good person by others. Morality is tied to interpersonal norms. In stage 4, moral reasoning emphasizes rules, law, and duty. Actions are judged right if they uphold the social system. The third level is the post-conventional level, grounded in principles evaluated independently of particular authorities. In stage 5, social contract orientation, the person recognizes that laws are social agreements designed to protect rights and promote welfare. In stage 6, morality is anchored in internalized ethical principles that are considered valid regardless of law or majority opinion. Kohlberg's model is typically taught with one classic example, the Heinz dilemma, where a man must decide whether to steal a drug. A stage 1 justification might focus on avoiding punishment. A stage 4 justification might focus on the importance of obeying laws. A stage 5 justification might argue that laws exist to protect life and should not override the basic right to survival. One of the most important critiques is associated with Carol Gilligan, who argued the framework may privilege justice-based reasoning. She suggested that underrepresenting care-based reasoning highlights that moral reasoning may take different, equally valid forms. Researchers have also questioned whether Kohlberg's stages are universally expressed in the same way across different cultures. Knowing what a person can justify does not necessarily tell you what they will do under real pressure, even with limitations. The theory remains a core reference for understanding how morality can be studied developmentally and cognitively. The lasting value is that it teaches us to analyze moral thinking not by the answer chosen, but by the reasoning behind it.